All right, I think we're live. First time streaming. There's that. I hope what I'm seeing is what's showing up. Should be Helium 10 black box behind me, little square me in the top right. See if anyone hops in here in a second to just. Okay. Yo, it's my first time streaming. It says there's a viewer. All right, 3 viewers. Yo, hit me up in the chat. Yeah, all right, cool. I just want to make sure everything's working. I haven't live streamed before. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Looks like you were the second to comment. Cool. 3 viewers. All right, can you guys see the Helium 10 black box screen and then a little image box of me? Is that what you guys see on your end? What about Amazon? Do you see an Amazon screen? Do you see the Amazon homepage? Yeah, you do see the Amazon homepage. I was first, but I don't want any rewards for it. Well, there are no rewards for being first or second or whatever. All right, cool. I think this is working. So I'm just going to do a little product research session. And then I'm going to actually let this video get posted as a regular video and just see what happens because I've never done a video this way. But if it's helpful to people, I do want to do more live streaming because frankly, I think that just might be a better way to kind of do what I'm trying to do teaching wise. Because for anyone who's not familiar, I'm not trying to sell you guys anything, no courses or anything. And I do try and put out like actually what I've done to make money and how I do it. So no secrets or anything. So if the live streams are helpful at all, then I don't know, we'll see. I'll probably do a lot more of them if I can. Okay, so I'm just gonna these will be, I mean, not that my regular videos are entertaining at all or exciting, but this the live stream, and especially for this, and if you got any questions on, okay, I guess I'll say, if you've got questions on any topics, Facebook ads, Amazon, general how to make money online, Kickstarter campaigns, product research, product development, manufacturing, just like if you've got business questions, I'm happy to take them. I'm going to focus on mainly just Amazon, but if you've got other stuff you want to ask in the chat, you can, or in the comments, I guess, for people watching this video later. But what I was originally trying to start to say is that these live streams will probably be a bit boring and less punchier than regular videos, but that's kind of the point, is it to be more of like a long form, raw, unedited type of research session, aka what it actually looks like when you do product research. The videos on Amazon FBA when people are like, I found a $40,000 product in 30 seconds, those are BS. Yeah, you can find stuff fast, but for the most part, anybody who sells on Amazon and has been doing it for multiple years, you just spend time, hours, lots of, it's like the longest part of the process by far is just usually just product research. So with that said, I'm just going to go through like how I would kind of go about it. There's several different ways to. But I'll just start with kind of like what's my favorite way to go about it. And let's see. Have I ever done cold calling to get clients? No. Well, no. Well, no, not really. So for the most part, client work. So to be clear, kind of like how I first started making money online was I launched my own product on Kickstarter. Before that, I'd previously made like a streetwear clothing brand on Instagram and sold some stuff that way, but it was very minor, mainly just served as like my advertising portfolio in college. But my first that made me a good chunk of money was launching my own product on Kickstarter. So I very first started with my own stuff, not trying to like find a client to pay me to do something. And so I built my own portfolio of stuff that I'd created that I'd made money with, and then I put that on online profiles, like this YouTube channel, for example. But that came later. Originally, I just put it up on Upwork. If you know what Upwork is, just a freelancing website. And people just, I just took my little portfolio that I created by myself and put that up in places that had traffic, people searching for, I don't know, different types of skill sets. And so people just started finding me that way. So truthfully, I've never really put much effort into, yeah, finding clients or trying to get as many clients as possible, because I firstly make my like main income just from my own stuff, which is really nice. Yeah, and that's why I kind of am able to operate my YouTube channel differently. Like, I'm not here trying to sell something. I can just kind of talk about all of it and not hold anything back, because I just make my own chunk on my own, and then I share that chunk, and then from that, like, share how I make that chunk, and then from that, that just attracts some people, and some of those turn into clients. So no, I haven't done a whole lot of cold calling. I personally, like, you can definitely do cold calling and reaching out, and that's not a bad way to go. But yeah, if you can build up a portfolio and then just and have it be a good portfolio, and then put it in places where people will see it, like YouTube, you guys finding me on YouTube, for example, uh, like people, like, it naturally will draw people in as long as the work is. I mean, honestly, I don't say this for me, but because like not that my work's the best ever, but it's pretty good, and you can get. I say this: the easiest way to make money online, the easiest way to make money without knowing what you're doing, is to do social media. What I mean by that is, it's really easy to go to like an older person who has no idea how the internet works and be like, hey, I know how to do social media, and for them to pay you to do something for them, even though you have no idea what you're doing. So there are ways where you can, what I'm saying is, make money without actually being any good at what you're doing, but that's not the route that I go. So the route that I go is actually being good at it, putting that out there for people to see, and then that attracts people. And the only time and effort put into it was just creating the original projects, which I had a lot of benefit from, and then whatever the effort was to just put that in a video form and upload it or whatever, or put that into an Upwork profile. Um, so yeah, I like that. But there's plenty of businesses and people that do extremely well by just cold calling, emails, and stuff like that. But I don't know, nowadays the power of being able to put out a piece of content that attracts people, um, yeah, I don't know, it's pretty. I prefer to do it that way. Um, do you have any team? Just I've been pretty much just a one man army, honestly. So I've thought a lot about this one. Because when I first started out, I was like, "Ooh, jack of all trades might kind of be a bad thing," but that's kind of what I am. But now, I'm like 5 years into this now, just been making money online, and yeah, I've done a lot of different things, and I've done it pretty much all by myself. Occasionally, I've hired a videographer for something, occasionally a graphic designer for something, but for the most part, it's just me doing all that. The product research, the video, the upload, the copywriting, the product design, the fulfillment, the emails. Like, it's what's so cool is you can. The truth is, just one person can scale to millions of dollars online doing it all by themselves. Now the question is, I mean, do you want to, and do you have the time and skills to do that? In my case, I was in college and I just started picking up cameras and little projects, and I don't know, just figuring stuff out slowly. But if you're like someone who's trying to make it happen faster and you have a little bit of money, then you can pay people to do that stuff. But I also always like, if like, no one can ever pull anything over on me. Like, I could hire someone for anything, videographers, advertisers, accountants, and it's like, if I hire any of those people to take over any of my roles, they're taking over one of my roles that I know how to do. And so, like, I know how they need to operate. Hopefully they'd bring something bigger, better, improve, be faster, more efficient at it, whatever. But like, I know what they're supposed to do. Whereas people who just want to outsource everything and that's how they're going to grow their business, again, can work. It's just kind of more of like a preference. You can do that, but like if you never really learned how to do those things, and then also when you hire people, you have to manage people, and uh, that's another reason why I don't try and go out and try and grab as many clients as possible, is because I like the fact that by myself I can make my own income, um, and not have to like manage people at the same time. Uh, but some people hate that. Some people need people involved, and that's how they can thrive and feel good and enjoy work and stuff like that. So I don't know. I get kind of maybe a little bit off topic here, but um, yeah, I'm a one man army for the most part. You can outsource, but there's some cons to that that I'm personally not a fan of. But I also consider like if you do want to scale past, I don't know, like I said, on your own you can do millions, but if you want to really go like way to the real crazy money, you gotta get other people involved, and so that's something I think about. It's like if I do want to really scale, then yeah, I saw a TikTok video of a guy who really is a little bit tacky, like kind of cheesy, but he laid it out really well. Where he was like doing whatever the task was of his business. He's like, want to scale? Replace yourself. And then it shows him doing another task in his business. And he's like, want to scale? Replace yourself. And he just does that through like all the different pieces of his business. And his point is like, you just got to replace yourself and all the stuff you have to do, because then that allows you to do a lot more of the other stuff, or the stuff that really drives your business. Anyways, do you do only e-commerce ads or local businesses as well? Mainly just e-com. Have I done so? I've like not local to me, and especially because I've been traveling a lot. So no, definitely not local to me. But I've ran ads for people in other states or other parts of the world where they're doing local advertisements inside a pretty tight radius. But I don't, again, like I haven't gone and like knocked on local businesses or walked into local businesses and tried to be like, hey, can I run ads for you? So not that kind of local, but I have ran local ads. All right, cool. So I don't know. I want to jump over and do some research here, but then I'm not going to be able to see the chat unless there's pop out chat. I think I got it now. Nope. Can it float on top? Manage moderators. I don't know how to do that. Who do you follow or watch in the ecom space? Pretty much nobody. And that's always, so this is a good point I like to make. I learned how to make money and like in several different, so like on Kickstarter, on Amazon, Facebook ads, without ever listening or running into any guru or YouTube guru or online course or anything like that. I literally just, like I had a buddy who introduced me to Kickstarter. He had done a project for a client on Kickstarter, and he's just like, yo, I think you can do this too. He showed me how to go on there and look at like the most popular projects, the ones that have been the most funded and the most backed. And he's like, just study those and basically just come up with something that's similar that will be successful based off of the data that you're looking at. And then a client that hit me up to do a Kickstarter campaign for him was like, you could sell on Amazon. And he like broke that down to me real quick about Amazon and FBA, the fulfilled by Amazon. It's more than just a warehouse system, but that whole thing. And then I just started. I literally just went on Amazon, started clicking into products, and then signed up for Seller Central and just launched my first product. So I never did follow anyone. I can't, like, if there's anyone to give a lot of credit to or to be really grateful for, is like my friend who introduced me to Kickstarter, and then my client slash friend that introduced me to Amazon. But it was never a matter of like this person or this guru, and it's still not that way. If I ever want to go, yeah, I don't know, honestly. Like, I mean, I could show you my subscriptions. There are some finance or ecom guys in there, but I don't watch. I watch that from like a I'm researching data on YouTube standpoint, not I'm actually learning from these people standpoint. And that's not to say that like I don't learn anything, but there's nobody I'm constantly paying attention to because they're delivering so much information or value on like how to actually make money online. Uh, if I do watch, you like there's I don't know. Occasionally I'll listen to something and pull out like a gold nugget, but that's pretty much all I get from any e-commerce or guru guys. And one of the main reasons for that is because they're just trying to sell courses, and so they dangle a little bit of information out there to try and get you to buy the rest of it. And it's like, but all the rest of it that's packaged up in those courses anyways is already out there for free anyways. So um, not no like I get that question a lot. Like who who should I listen to? And it's like that's not my advice. Is not to go to one person. It's like first of all, just start to do the stuff because that's the best way to learn. Um, I don't know, but honestly, when it comes to like Facebook ads or Amazon or whatever, I may even read articles more often than I'll watch some guru. And obviously there's someone behind those articles writing those, but uh, for the most part, you can usually read faster than you can listen to someone explain something. So just pull like I'll just run a search and on Google and or DuckDuckGo, and I'll click the first 5 to 10 links and then just read everything I can. So like 20 different articles and just read everything. And usually by that point, you've got most of the information that's out there, if not all of it. And what people do oftentimes is what I just said, and then they bundle that. They'll pull up like 20 articles or 20 YouTube videos, uh, take it all in, and then just package what they just learned up into a course, and now they're selling people courses on YouTube. And they've never like there's plenty of that happens where they never even actually did the business thing that's being taught and talked about. They just grabbed all the info, packaged it up, and are reselling it. So that's why I say no courses, no this is the person necessarily. Like just throw out a wide net to reel in all the information you can or want to on a subject. And then from there, you just got to take what seems to be the most accurate, the best, the truest, put it into practice. And that's really where you start to learn stuff. So if anyone knows by chance, I want to jump over because when I'm viewing the live right now, I see it on YouTube, but I want to jump over to Amazon and do some research while still looking at the comments. I'm not sure if I can do that. Noti. Yeah, I thought that too, but I don't see an option for that. Did you hit 1 million? Yes. I'll just check back in every once in a while, I guess, on the chat. All right, so here we go. So Amazon FBA. So basically, FBA means fulfilled by Amazon. So basically, plus extra. So you go on Amazon, you can see a bunch of stuff for sale. Those are called product listings, like this. So I just click into something here. Okay, so right here. This is what you call a product listing. Right here, visit the Beard King store. So Beard King is the seller of this product right here, which is a beard bib, and this whole thing is called a product listing. So basically, anybody can come onto Amazon and create a product listing, upload some images of whatever it is that they're selling. FBA is the part where you can send your inventory into Amazon's warehouses that are spread out all around the country. And when someone comes onto your listing and buys the product, Amazon picks, packs, and ships it to the customer that purchased it. And so as the seller, I never have to uh, deal with housing my inventory. I don't have to deal with packaging it, shipping it out, or anything like that. I also don't have to deal with customer service a tiny bit, but for the most part, Amazon as part of FBA, well, it's actually as part of Prime. So if you use FBA, then that's how you. So like this guy right here. Oh, this is a lightning deal. So here, let me pull up a product. Let's look at this one. No, it's also a lightning deal. Okay, here, let me try this. Okay, so you see right here, Prime, get it as soon as. So to qualify, to have that right there on your listing, which you really want to, you use fulfilled by Amazon. You can also do seller fulfilled, which is where you are doing it yourself, and you can still qualify for Prime that way. But the easiest way for Prime is just use their warehousing system, FBA, and then you'll get that Prime on there, and then all the Prime members will get for like next day or 2 day shipping on all their products. So use FBA, you get Prime, you get the 2 day shipping. Amazon picks, packs, and ships it for you, handles returns for you, and handles your customer service on those returns for you as well. So it takes away huge chunks of your business. One question I've gotten over the years is, and I did try it one time and it went fine. It was just a matter of scaling it more. But the question is, why do you drop ship? Have you ever drop shipped? Like Facebook ads, AliExpress, drop shipping? The answer is yes, I tried it once, but when it got to the point of scaling, I realized I don't want to. I got it to like $600, $700 a day in revenue, but I was starting to have to deal with customer emails, and then typically in that business model, you're working with longer shipping times, and so you're getting more customers that way. But I just had to deal with already at that point. I was just a little bit spoiled from Amazon or whatever, but I was having to deal with just customer service and emails and uh, longer shipping times, where on Amazon I didn't have to deal with any of that. The shipping time's super quick. So it's a pretty big, but then I'm also, yeah, I don't know. So there's trade-offs there, but that's something I like about Amazon FBA a lot, is it just creates a very hands-off system. All right, I'm gonna check the chat real fast. Are you also an email marketing expert as well? I mean, there's definitely people that are more expert in any of the things that I do. Let's just be clear about that. But yeah, email marketing is part of. It should be part of. If you're selling something online, email marketing should be a part of it. So yes, I do email marketing as well. I'd say it's not. Yeah, it's definitely not like one of the main pieces of the pie, but it can be, and so you should definitely be doing it, and it is something that I do. Yes. So Amazon FBA, when you're, so yeah, that's, I mean, just super hands off. So what it really boils down to then is finding the right product to sell on Amazon. And what I mean by right product is, well, several things, but simply put, high demand, low competition. You want a lot of people across the nation that are searching for that product, and then you want to be able to show up easily when people search out that product. Because if that product is being sold by tons and tons of other sellers, and all those sellers have a ton of reviews, those people are going to pop up first when someone searches out the product, and the shopper is going to buy from them first instead of you. So you don't want it to be too competitive to the point where you can't show up when people search for you. So that's what I mean by high demand, low competition. High demand, lots of people searching for the product. Low competition, you can actually show up when people search for that product, and people will choose you and buy your product versus other people. And on Amazon, that pretty much just boils down to reviews. So whoever has the most reviews with the closest to a full 5 stars gets the sell. Almost always that's the case. So ideally you want to enter a market, launch a product that with a small amount of reviews, you can start to get a good amount of sales. And so that's where low competition again is such a key factor. Is because if you're launching a product and all your competitors, everybody else selling it, has like 4,000 reviews, they're not going to buy. No one's going to buy from you. You don't have any reviews. So you typically want to launch products into markets that aren't going to require you to get a ton of reviews to start making sales. Although, it's not impossible to launch into a competitive market and succeed. But my whole approach here with Amazon is just make things as simple and easy for yourself as possible. And so the number one way to do that is high demand, low competition. If you find that, if that's all you look for, you'll avoid so many more problems moving forward. All right, so black boxes is typically where I like to get started. And these are the categories. Oh, so Helium 10. Whoops. Helium 10 is the tool that you're going to want to use for doing product research on Amazon. There's other ones, and you can use those. Check them out if you want. I prefer Helium 10. I think it's the best and the best bang for your buck. And it'll be linked in the description of this video. That's like literally the only thing. If people use that link and sign up for it, I get a little commission off of that. That's not why I promote Helium 10. I promote it because I use it and it's the best. But I figure if I'm going to teach it how to use it and everything like that, I'm also just going to drop the link for you guys. And if you use that, I get a little commission back. So it's kind of nice. So the link is in the description if you're not already signed up for Helium 10. And you get a free trial to test it out, see if you like it or not. So it's just like whatever you want to do. So this is a tool called Black Box right here. And basically you can plug in a bunch of different criteria to get different products to pop up. So categories. Let's go kitchen and dining. Keep it, well, I don't know. I'll just click them all on. So all the categories I think are good are, start from the top. Any ones I don't mention is because I just not the easiest categories to do product research in or launch products in. So let's go health and household, home and kitchen, industrial scientific, patio lawn, office products, sports and outdoors, tools and home improvement. Let's do that. Okay, monthly revenue. So I want it to be earning at least something there, and I like to throw in random numbers because I imagine most people come in here and just throwing flat round numbers in, and if everybody's doing that, they're likely getting the same results. So I just try and throw in a little bit more random numbers just to get a little different results than other people might be looking at. Max. So you don't really have to, again, just come in here and play around with this stuff. There's no, here's the right way to plug numbers in. It's really just ranges and you see what pops up. This isn't the most important part of the research process. I'll show you what is. We'll get to that in a little bit, but I'll just plug some stuff in here first. So let's say, I'm just going to leave that open. Price, let's say, going lower than like $10 is hard. 10, 9, $8 is getting pretty difficult because to pull a margin out of there, I mean, just think you've got to buy the product, you've got to ship it to Amazon. Amazon's going to take their fee when it sells. So if you're selling something for only like $8, $7, $9, it's tough to get a margin out of there. But I have sold products at, one of my best sellers I actually sold at right around $8, $9, and it did extremely well because it only cost me like 50 cents per unit, and just it had crazy, the demand was insanely high, so tons of people were searching for it. The competition was low enough so that I showed up, and so even though my margin on it was only like $3 or $4, I was making thousands of sales every month, so that added up to a nice chunk of money. The max that I like to put on it, let's say like something like that, kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum here. When you start to move to like 40, 50 and up, it not always, but it typically means that the cost per unit, so instead of like me paying 50 cents per unit for the product I was just talking about, other products can cost $25 or $50 per unit. And so if you're going to have to buy inventory to send into Amazon to, for all the purchases people are going to make, you're going to have to spend $25 on each unit instead of 50 cents on each unit. So that's a lot more capital, a lot more money up front that you're going to need. So that's what starts to happen at the higher price points. And then also sometimes they're just heavier products, and that means more expensive shipping. So again, trying to make things as easy as possible. I like to look in this range to hopefully find something that's small, lightweight, not going to break super easy. So that way I'm not going to need a lot of money up front to get my inventory into Amazon's warehouses. But still also be able to pull a decent margin out of it. And by the way, decent margin on Amazon, when you're looking at it like how I'm kind of explaining, is like I said, I mean, with a $3, $4, $5 margin on that product, I was able to do extremely well. But if you can get to like a $10 margin and have decent sales volume, that's pretty good for Amazon. So if like you can get $10 profit margin, sell 1,000 units a month, that's 10 grand profit. Like that's, and there's plenty of that on Amazon. You can also, but again, there's also plenty. There's millions and millions. There's every scenario on Amazon because there's millions and millions of products. So you can also find ones that are, I don't know, 20, 30, $40 profit margins, $100 profit margins. It depends on what you're looking for. But like I said, I just try and find the easiest, simplest, easiest to get started and succeed with. And I've kind of found that it's in these ranges. And then also, having spoken with other sellers and having watched what other sellers teach over the years, that seems to be pretty accurate across the board. Review count. So I like to see that there's, I don't know, a few reviews, but max, this is where, so the way you want to look at this is when you launch the product, how many reviews do you think you can reasonably get within a few weeks, first couple months or so? And that's going to be a little bit different for everybody. Like some sellers are capable of, and they're not quite abiding by all the rules and policies that Amazon sets forward when they do it, but some sellers are capable of getting like 1,000 reviews on their listings pretty quick when they launch them. There might be some sellers who are able to do that through more legitimate means. But mostly the way I look at it is like I want to find that with from zero, but within 20 to 30 to 50 reviews, I want to be able to make some good sales. Now the kind of max I'll kind of look at is if it starts getting close to 100, then I'm kind of not really into that product a whole lot. But so let's just say we'll max 88, just rolling with the 8s, no reason for that. Review rating, leave that blank. Shipping size tier, you can mess with that if you want. I don't really worry about it because you can kind of just eyeball it in the images for the most part. Alright, so click search. Now it's going to give us a bunch of products. Clothing. So basically I scroll through this pretty quick and I'm just looking at pictures and I'm looking for something to pop out that's super weird, super random, not common, because most of the time what you know of, what's common is probably already going to be very competitive on Amazon. So it's the more weird, niche, odd, outlandish stuff that's probably going to be what you want. That's gonna be the if you look for like the weird stuff, it's gonna be a more efficient research process. I'll say that. You're not guaranteed to find something, but it's faster. Like if you just start clicking through hoodies and stuff and trying to find which hoodies to sell, like don't do that. Find like a pewter company pewter wine bottle coaster. Like yeah, that might be niche random enough. So let's see. I'm gonna click this. Let me make sure this is showing up over here in live. You guys seeing everything okay? Which is the best, fastest way to make money? Stop asking that question. Is the best, fastest way to make money? Because like you never know how long it's gonna take. Everybody's different. Things are different at different times. Best and fastest when it comes to money and asking a random person what those are. I mean, I just wouldn't. I think put a different mentality behind your approach to money, which is like figure it out for you what works best for you, and however long that takes is what it takes. Because like I tried, like truthfully, I tried for probably a solid 2 or 3 years. Now I was in college, I was working part-time jobs, so it wasn't the only thing I was focused on by any means. But on the side of that stuff, I was for multiple years trying to figure out like I know I want to make my own money, uh, like be my own boss sort of a thing. How? Like I literally I couldn't have explained to you what business was, like what having a business, owning a business means, which is not setting up an LLC, by the way. It's literally just sell something and sell something again and then again. If you're selling something, that's a business. Um, but I didn't even know that. So like I can remember driving around uh, the streets and like looking at all the different businesses, trying to learn like what are these businesses, what do they do, sitting in parking lots, just looking at all the different businesses. So I spent years trying to figure it out, um, and I wasn't, yeah, I was never like the fastest or the best. It was just like I wanted to find my little way where I could self sufficiently make my own income. Uh, and look, that's not what everyone's trying to do. Some people are trying to make as much money as possible so they can build a supercar collection. I mean, to each their own what they want to do and why, but I personally don't the question of what's the fastest, easiest way to make money. I mean, I don't know if that really I don't know if the answer to that question actually exists. I think it's you gotta figure out what that is for you as a process, trial, error. What are your strengths? What are your skills? Learning along the way, like gaining more knowledge of things. But now that I've got that out of the way, I said this at the beginning of the video. The easiest way to make money right now without actually knowing what you're doing is social media. Because you can go to a bunch of businesses, older people, even people that are younger that just don't really know or don't want to spend the time on it. And you can say, hey, I know how to do social media. I know how to grow social media. And you can get people to give you $500 for that, $1,000 for that, $200 for that. So like, if you're looking for the fastest, easiest way, is probably to reach out or yeah, like social media, like do social media for people. It's probably, but yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna jump back over here now. So this is a really weird, odd product, right? Pewter wine bottle coaster. Okay, so what I like to do, I switch this to all departments, so we're searching across all of Amazon. I'll grab the main keyword here. Now you might have to play around a little bit with the main keyword. Like what's just the quickest, like best explained phrase that they're using to describe what the product is. In this case, a pewter wine bottle coaster. Because if I just search for wine bottle coaster, I'll get all kinds of, I'll just show you, I guess. Search wine, oh, whoops. Anyways, so you'll see that I search pewter, and we're getting some pewter ones, right? But if I just search wine bottle coaster, so some pewter ones do pop up. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you might want to just look at both of them. So maybe what I was thinking, right, that direction I was thinking maybe wasn't super accurate. So what you want to do is, and that's how this goes. Like you just have to feel the data as you go and adjust and like just figure out what it's saying as you're doing the research. That goes for keywords. That goes when I pull up the X-ray box right here. I'll show you what this is. So this is X-ray. What this does is it's going to pull up all these products on this page. It's going to bring them all into this little box right here, and it's going to give us a bunch of data on them. The main data points we want to pay attention to is how many sales are they making and how many reviews, because remember, we just want to analyze demand and competition. So, okay, the ones with SP right here, I like to delete because that just means they're sponsored products. They're not organic rankings. And I like to look at what's ranked organically because that's what we want to do. We want, when people are searching for their product, we want our product to show up organically at the top of the results that they get. So ideally, when people search, if we're selling a wine bottle coaster, when people type that in, so these ones are the sponsored ones right here, but these two spots are the top ranked spots right here, and then this row right here. That's ideally you want to land right here or right here, just in those top organic positions. And that way you'll get the most. And then if you land there and you've got the most stars and more reviews than the other people around you, you're most likely going to get most of the sales. And like if you see like having to scroll down here, these people are making way less sales. So if we look at this X-ray box right here, you'll see that this guy is making 200 sales, this guy 30, this is per month, this guy 100, this guy 80. Another thing you can do is click the column and it'll sort it. Click it twice, it'll sort it high to low. And so you can see this guy's 460, 400, 300 sales. But you also got to pay attention to if you're looking at the same product or not. Because ideally what you want to do is really narrow this down to what's like a very specific product. Not just a wine bottle coaster, but what specific kind of wine bottle coaster. A wood one, a pewter one, a stainless steel one. There's all different kinds that can be made, and you want to figure out which one specifically is the one that has really high demand and low competition, if there is one. So in this case, we're looking at several different ones here. This one's a wood one. I don't know exactly what that is. Oh, LED ones. That could be interesting, LED ones. It's like that might be another one worth looking into. So there's a stainless steel one. Here's a marble one. Okay, so those are all different types. And so if you wanted to narrow down like which one, like you would, if there is one in there that you would want to launch and sell, the way to narrow that down would be to search all of these out individually. So you'd go do a wood coaster search, you'd do an LED coaster search, you'd do a stainless steel coaster search, and see what each of those look like. Because that's how at that point you'd have narrowed down into that product market's niche, into that am I saying that right? Into that product's market, into that product specific market. Because this is kind of like a wider one, a more broader. But yes, because if you go search stainless steel coasters and it pulls up stainless steel ones and the data's good on those, then you know it's a stainless steel coaster that you want to go get and start to sell. Okay, so the next thing I want to look at is reviews. So these all have really high review counts. This one's got a low one. I didn't want to click that. 107 sales. So yeah, nothing great there. Let's go LED coaster. That one seemed like it might be interesting. See, so when I type it like that, these are all LED coasters that are showing up now. So a very specific, honed in product niche, product market. Check the chat real fast. Still the same. Six viewers. Who's here right now? Is it this? Or is I mean, I don't know how to say these names. Same people from the chat at the beginning still here? Or we got new people? Alright, so here's a look at this one. So sales, I'm going to sort this high to low. Okay, so 400, which is equaling 4, 5, 8 grand in revenue. Review count. Okay, so that's low right there, but the rest are pretty competitive. And so if you just see so what I like to see review wise, if there's just one person, if all the sellers have extremely high reviews, if there's just like one or two other people, especially if there's just one person with a low amount of reviews. Also, this is a sponsor. I forgot to click away the sponsored ones. So if there's just what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, so if there's just one person, one seller with a low review count, I kind of look at that as like a fluke, not enough proof for me. But if there's two, three, five different sellers that have a low review count and are getting a good amount of sales, even if they're mixed up with uh, like a lot of other sellers that have a lot of reviews, I still look at that as there's room in there for another seller to come in and with that low amount of reviews still be able to get some sales. Hopefully that makes sense. Um, like right there, 46, 56, 82, 2. But now down here at this point, if we go back to the sales column, it's only like 70 sales a month, and that's not what we're looking for. So step away from this product. Okay, so that's how I would go do a quick little product research session based off of this English pewter company. Okay, so that's, I still didn't do the original one, so I'll real quickly go pewter wine coaster. Actually, let's just go pewter coaster. Okay, now run some black box on it. All right, so a lot of these are saying not available. Sometimes that happens, nothing you can do about it. What's this one? Sponsored. Yep, so nothing here. All right, so I'll just close this out now. And we'll come back over here. And I'll just start scrolling again and look for something to go research. So, what is that? Chin strap. So that one might be okay to look into. My guess is it's probably seasonal. Stirrup tights. All right, we'll check these two out. Shock Doctor might be, this might not be a good one to look into, but we'll see. So, power carbon convertible mouth guard. Carbon mouth guard, convertible. Let's try that. Okay, that looks like it pulled up the right kind. Let's look at the data on it. Not learning e-commerce for now, but might want to in the near future. Why are you even on my channel? That's the only thing this channel is about. Start wherever you're most interested. Whatever you think you'd like the most. Whatever you think you could do the best. right, so this one you'll see how these have a lot more demand right here. The other ones we've looked at get like 300, 400 sales a month. Here we're up into the thousands. This guy is even doing 16,000, which is amazing. So I'm gonna click off these sponsored products. Okay, let's look at the review count. Okay, so the reviews are also really competitive. So again, that's just a very competitive product. So you see down here, the reviews have dropped. And so this is a range that, is a more realistic range to be in when you launch a product. And so if I scroll back over here to the sales column and see there's still a good amount of sales going on, then maybe I'd consider launching it. But at the review range we're looking for, kind of like a 0 to 80, something like that. Hopefully you find something in like the 10 to 30 range. This isn't a high enough sales volume. So, but if you can launch and get, keep doing that, several thousands of reviews, then you can start getting thousands of sales selling this product. But also it looks like, this is another thing I pay attention to, so it's pretty much just Shock Doctor dominating most of this space, which there's some other ones like this guy's mixed in there. Okay, Under Armour, Venom. So there's a couple what seem to be what are called third-party sellers, like just someone like me who's also selling. But like Shock Doctor and Under Armour are, I think, bigger, more established brands, and they're so. Shock Doctor, I think Shock Doctor is. I'm not positive on that, but either way, competitive market. That's what we're looking for. Demand like that is ideally what we're looking for, but reviews, competition, way too competitive. But so here's another little trick that I like to do. Maybe I'll save that for the next live. All right. So, oh wait, we're gonna do this one. So, all departments. Natural birch wood stake markers, heat stamped, medium. So let's try. Let's try wood stake markers. Okay, let's see what the data looks like. All right, I've been on, what have we been on here for? 53 minutes. All right, I think I'm gonna try and hop off around like an hour. See if we can try and find something decent before then. Sales 18. So there's thousands, pretty good demand. Review count way too high. Here's a lower range of reviews, but when we go back to the sales, that's not getting us very many sales. So not gonna look into those. We'll keep looking through black box here. Turbo grips, fingertip grip. But can you see the like type of products that I'm pulling out, that I'm looking at, are just like super weird and random. Like I said, it's a lot better than looking at just like hoodies or cups or water bottles. It's the weird niche random stuff that typically you'll find more success with. That'll typically be easier to launch and succeed with on Amazon. All right, so there's some decent demand there. Review count's pretty heavy. So yeah, so you're gonna pass on this one. And this is the process. I mean, this is so I'm gonna do some more live sessions where I go through some different research strategies. This is just just pulling up products on Black Box and looking at them, which is a great one. But this is it. I mean, it's just scrolling through, checking them out one after the other, over and over and over again until you find one that works. Sometimes it happens fast, sometimes it doesn't happen fast at all, sometimes it takes a lot of time. Like I said, I'll show some more other tricks that I do to some other product research strategies that I use in other. I'm gonna try and do more lives, so I'll show some of those and those other ones. Wooden fishbowl display case. I don't know if that has really. Let's see, fishbowl display. It's fishbowl stand. Okay. I didn't even see, like, I didn't even would have never known that these are a thing. Let's check out the data on them. Okay, I got you. Learning Facebook, Instagram ads to apply to a social media marketing agency. Trying to start a one-man agency services. It's hard to find clients. I mean, what are you doing to find clients? Okay, so pretty low demand here. Review counts still a little heavy, a lot lower than what we've seen, but that's still a little bit heavy. But yeah, not interested in that product. So this one's kind of mixing in several different kinds of lanterns, but I'll just look at it and see if there's any. So if I see one that's got good sales with low reviews, and I'll go look at that specific type of lantern, or at least try to. So there's some decent demand here, but review counts super high. I want to find at least one that's decent. What is this? Camping stainless steel 6-inch bowl mess kit. A camping mess kit. Camping stuff, not always, but camping stuff on Amazon's pretty saturated. Custom knife. These I kind of skip over because they're typically. I mean, I don't. You might want to look into them. I tend to skip over them because, like right here, these are specific part numbers. That might not be as easy to just pull off of AliExpress and get a bunch of inventory for. So again, I just try and look for what will be the simplest and easiest to buy from China, or did I say AliExpress? Alibaba? I mean Alibaba. Um, yeah, so I just look for the simplest, easiest stuff to buy from Alibaba and send to the warehouses. That'll start making me sales at a decent profit margin. Unscented Gracie dinner candles. I don't know what Gracie means. Maybe that's a specific kind of candle that might be worth looking into. Gracie candles. Okay. That's just pulling up all that, just this brand over and over again. Root brand. So that's their thing. Deposit bags with security tape, tamper evident. Deposit bags with security tape. Oh, interesting. Okay. Money bags. All right, deposit bags. Tamper-proof deposit bags. What if we just do tamper-proof bags? Let's run that search. Alright, I think this will be the last one for now, so hopefully it's something decent. But if not, that's how it goes. Some sessions don't hit. So not a ton of demand here. There's this one guy who's doing over 1,000. Good for him. But everybody else is quite a bit lower than that. Review counts lowish. So this is the same guy twice right here. That's the sponsored one. Get that out of there. Okay, so yeah, I don't know. Still kind of competitive. And right down in this range, it's a little bit lower. 50, 60. There's 130 in there, but you're not making any really 140, 150 sales. That's for $2,000 in revenue. So, all right. So I'm gonna wrap this session up for now. But like I said at the beginning of the video, the product research sessions where they're like, I found 40K in 30 seconds, like it doesn't work that way. It's what you just saw. It's just like look at one product after the other until you find one that's high demand, low competition, and then you take the next steps, which we didn't get to today. Hopefully we'll get to them in later lives. But yeah, I mean at that point then it's finding it on Alibaba, making sure you can pull a profit margin out of it. And once that all checks out, then at that point you pretty much are just moving right into launching the product. But yeah, it's not as quick and easy as people make it seem on YouTube videos, but it is as real as people make it seem in YouTube videos to make money off of Amazon, just not as quick and easy, if that makes sense. Like making a couple extra grand a month, very doable. Making 10,000, 30,000, 50,000 a month, very doable. If you want to go to millions on Amazon, still actually very doable. So, and then there's people that there's literally sellers, like just normal Amazon sellers that go way higher than that. 100 mil up. That's happening on Amazon. So yeah, let me know if for watching this at a later date or whatever. I don't know. This is the first live stream, just kind of seeing how it goes. If this was, if the raw research session was helpful, let me know. And that's a wrap. Now I gotta figure out how to turn it off though.